Hey guys, and welcome back for another video. So I've been cycling my way around YouTube with videos by another YouTuber called Soncerea. And I don't know if you've ever heard of her, but she's kind of got a decent following, and she's more well known for an incident that happened about 3 or 4 years ago where she was with a married man, and she kind of publicized it herself that he left her and went back with his wife while she was pregnant. And I guess he never looked back, never even tried to take care of their son or anything. And that's something that you can find out if you watch her page. You can actually go to it. It'll be linked in the description. So the reason I actually wanted to bring her up is because of this video here.
Should men opt out of paying child support if they don't want to be a father? And I'm like, they should opt in on wearing a condom if they don't want to be a father. When I say this, men be like, well, women have so many forms of birth control. Why can't women use birth control? And I'm like, okay, listen again, because you're struggling with this. The question isn't about whether a woman wants to have a baby or not. It has to do with whether a man wants to have a baby or not. So if you yourself don't want a baby, that means you have to put on protection to prevent it before the ball starts rolling. Because once the ball starts rolling, you no longer have control over the outcome because the ball is rolling. Let me also make this clear. An abortion is not equivalent to wearing a condom. A condom does not hurt a man.
Okay, I'm gonna stop her really quick. The question was, is it okay for a man to opt out of being a father? And I'm assuming that's if he doesn't want to be a dad and the child is already here. If there's a way that a guy could sign off his rights and be free of child support as well. Should that be a thing? If you want to relinquish all of your rights to a child, then I do not believe that you should still be financially responsible for them. I do believe a guy should have the right to opt out, because there's plenty of times where a guy probably has worn a condom and the woman still got pregnant, because believe it or not, Soncerea, condoms are actually not 100% foolproof. And so even if you do use a condom, there are a plethora of things that could happen. Like, for instance, you could have a crazy psycho girlfriend that pokes holes in them. Or you could have a situation where the condom rolls up and the sperm still seeps out. Or a situation where it comes off completely during sex. It's just like the pull-out method. It's not 100%. So the only way to kind of like get close to it would be for the woman to be on actual birth control. But a man doesn't have the right to tell a woman to do that. Just like he doesn't have the right to tell her to keep a baby or have a baby. It's up to her. At the end of the day, it's our body. We have the right to what we allow in us. So, of course, it's always going to be on us, the higher responsibility. But let's hear the rest.
Okay, it might not be as pleasurable to some of y'all because some of y'all haven't figured out what kind of condom you want to wear. But an abortion is a very painful experience. It hurts. The recovery time is like, it messes with our mental health. It messes with the chemicals inside of our body. It changes our body if we decide to abort children, okay? And the only time a woman is going to abort a child really has something to do with the man. It has to do with their man may not want a baby, or they may not be with the man anymore. So they have to make the difficult decision because the man didn't want to be a father. Most women don't have an issue with giving birth. When women do have an issue with that, they stay away from getting pregnant in general because we understand what abortion means and how it makes women.
No, I disagree with that. I don't believe that all women go to get an abortion because the dad dipped on them. No, because, I mean, no offense, man, but your baby daddy dipped on you and you didn't go have an abortion. So clearly that's not what all women do. I think more so is what women do when they get abortions is because they feel like either A, they don't like the guy that got them pregnant, B, they feel like they have too much to lose if they have a baby, like if they're in school or if they have some kind of career that involves keeping their shape or something. there's a lot of women that will get an abortion for reasons like that. I mean, you definitely don't hear about all women going to get an abortion just because the dad didn't want to be there. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be so many single parent homes. Most women have children because they want to have children. They're ready, and most of them don't care if the dudes are ready, you know? I'm not gonna lie, myself included. I'm a pure example of a single mom who kind of didn't care if the dad was ready or not, and pretty much got sucker punched in the process. So will I do it again? Absolutely not. But let's hear what else she has to say.
Our bodies feel. It's not equivalent to putting on a condom. When men try to make it seem like abortion is just as trivial as wearing a condom, it makes me realize how ignorant most of you are. And abortion is surgery. You don't have to perform surgery in order to put on a condom. Wear your prophylactics. So we're not making the same decision here when we're talking about birth control. The decision that you have to make, wear a condom or not wear a condom, it's not such a large risk as it would be for a woman who is trying to measure whether or not she wants to have an abortion or not have an abortion. It's a very, very heavy decision, and you try to compare the two like they're equal, and it's not. Men just want women to suddenly change their minds about having children when their man does. And that's asking a lot from a woman. Once you already have her pregnant, you're thinking about whether or not you want to be a father after the fact. And that's why it's so difficult, because you didn't think about it beforehand. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people are not having the conversation beforehand. Can you imagine being on the top of a hill and putting your car in neutral and then pushing it down the hill, and suddenly when it gets to the middle of the hill and it's built all of this momentum and you're trying to stop the car before it gets to the bottom of the hill and crash into the ocean or lake? That's what you guys sound like when you ask a woman to get an abortion. That's you in the middle of the street trying to stop a car.
I don't know, man. Like, she's kind of scary to me. Like, I don't know if I would be a guy checking for a woman like her who thinks like this. A condom, you can still get pregnant even if you use condoms. Condoms are not 100%. I mean, granted, do they work most of the time? Sure, absolutely. But do they work all of the time? No. In fact, they're more so used to protect against disease than anything, not necessarily pregnancy prevention. That's why female birth control has kind of been the easiest method. But who knows, because I guess not everybody feels like being on birth control is an important thing. Well, leave me a comment, guys. Definitely tell me what you think. I'm gonna stay away from this one. I don't want to offend anybody too much. All right, I'll see you next time.